In this tutorial, I'm going to show you part 1 of how to make a Chinese inspired lantern. So the first thing we're going to do is you are going to choose one of the templates that's your favorite color. We have a whole lot of choices. And then on this line here, as neat as you can, I would like you to write your name and your class code, which is written on the board. Okay, then you're going to take your paper and you're gonna do a hot dog bun fold, okay? So a hamburger bun would be shaped like this with a hamburger. A hot dog bun would be like this. So we need to make this a hot dog bun fold. So we're going to flip it over. We're gonna line up the corners, okay? So we don't want it to be overlapped like this. We want it to be lined up just like that. And then if you do that, you can start to press and it comes across like here. So if you look carefully, these little dotted lines, that is where the fold should be. Now, if it doesn't work the first time, just try again. And sometimes this can be a little tricky for people to do the first try, but that's totally fine because this is a really good skill to learn and this is a great opportunity for us to learn it. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're going to be cutting on each of these lines until we get to this horizontal line here, okay? Horizontal means side to side. That is like our stop sign. So you're gonna start at the bottom on the dotted lines and you're going to cut until you get to here. Now, if you cut too far, what do you think is gonna happen? Yep, you're right, you're gonna accidentally cut it off. So we don't want that to happen. You wanna make sure that you also cut all the way to that line and you don't go only to here, because if you do that, your lantern is not going to have, it's not gonna be able to bend open like this as much and it just won't be as interesting. So make sure you cut until you got to that line and that you cut through both layers, okay? I don't wanna see you open it up and start cutting down here, okay? We keep it folded in half and we cut starting at the dotted line. Now, for my first graders, I'm gonna give you a choice. If you would like to cut with straight scissors, you can, or you can start with fancy edge scissors. And if you do that, I'm going to have, whoops, these are not very sharp. I'm going to have you choose a pair of those and you're going to cut all the way up until you stop at that line there, okay? So we don't want to go past it because we'll break it, but we also don't want to only go, you know, halfway because then it's not going to open. So once you've cut through all of these lines, okay, so you've gone up to here like this and you're staying on that black line the whole time, and then you will be ready for the next step. So my next step is going to be that I'm just going to check that all of them are up at the top and it appears that they are. Now I'm going to open it up and press it down flat. Now this might be a tiny bit tricky, but I'm just gonna fold it over again. So I don't want my corners like that. I want them lined up like that. And I'm gonna press it down. The reason why we're going to do this is because if you use the fancy edge scissors, there's gonna be these black lines here. So it's not going to look as nice. So what I did was I flipped it inside out so all that photocopy stuff is hidden on the inside, all right? So you're gonna flip it the other way like this, and then your name is still gonna be on the inside of the lantern. And now we're gonna start adding some decorations with paper. So this is just the first part. So we're gonna add a little band on the top and bottom. So using any kind of fancy edge scissors or plain edge scissors, you can start with a scrap of paper and just cut through, okay, all the way to create a little band like this. Now some of the paper might be a little longer. If that's the case, fit it to the paper, snip it, and then give it a nice generous helping of glue. So scoot it up just a little and make sure you put enough on there, but only on the spot where you're sticking it. And then press down really, really firmly like this, okay? Make sure it's really on there. Then you can do the same thing to the bottom. And you can do these in any color that you want. You can do 2 separate colors. It is totally up to you. And then if you'd like, so I'd like everyone to add a band, but if you want to take it a step further, you can also add some other colored paper on there to create a little more of a design. So maybe you want to add some little pink diamonds. So you could take a small piece of paper, and I definitely recommend that as you cut each piece, you glue it down right away, because sometimes I have students cut out all these beautiful little pieces and then they wind up having to clean up and they lose all those beautiful pieces. So as you cut each piece out, you can glue it down. So you could do little squares, little diamond shapes. You can do circles or things like that. I find that they take a little bit longer, but that's up to you. And then in the next video, I will be showing you how we can add some gold detail, and then the last part, I will show you how to add the fringe and how to turn this into a functional lantern with the little handle and everything. All right, so have fun with your first steps, and I will see you in the next video.